Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Crisis169 coming to you for another video here. I'm there, you're here, I'm there. Let's get on to it now. Um, Still shout out to Daniel, YouTuber and Daniel. I watched his videos about the 8 gigabytes of VRAM and the issues with NVIDIA, but also some other things too as well. I'm going to go ahead and clear the air of the elephant in the room, stuff like that that really need to be addressed. I'm checking my messages again, like I always do every video, to make sure anybody asks anything. I always get it out there and check it for you guys. Yes, and I am using my um, Razer headset. Uh, Funny point of me doing so is because the Razer headset works better in Helldivers 2. For some reason, the Steel Series headset does not work at all with the Helldivers 2. I don't know if it's a game or what. So I'm gonna do a comparison of both of these eventually. The best I've already did controller. This controller won out. The um, A A Power Pro bought at GameStop for about $90 for now. It's $140, 120 I got for like $90 at GameStop. It's back a couple months before the store I went to closed down. I may do another video on GameStop, guys, later on down the line. But as of right now, I'm not really worried about it because really because it's GameStop. We kind of know what we're getting into with GameStop. Um, but yeah, so further ado, though, my review before talking about the VRAM issue and what Daniel talked about, and I didn't put them on my shout out description list here. I try to, um, if I can, I don't have them on here. Oh well. But no, I do get his information. I'll put it on here as a shout out. So shout out to Gamers Nexus, Hardware Unboxing, Paul's Hardware, Jay's 2 Cents, Iceberg Tech, Digital Foundry, and the Axeman. The Axeman, these guys, these no, I wouldn't call them the Mount Rushmore of the gaming community of PC stuff, but each one of them has good commentating and deserves their shout outs and deserves you guys to go subscribe to the channel. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe to the channel. Um, but before that, I bought this Turtle Beach Xbox controller for $50 at Best Buy. I saw it. Like, you know what? I'm gonna give it a try. My Xbox One X needs a new um, controller. I've been using it a little bit. Turn the Xbox on, push the button like always. Ooh and ah, and the glow. Pretty cool, huh? Still has Hall effect triggers, not Hall effect joysticks. Hall effect joysticks don't have that. It only has Hall effect triggers. Um, that's cool and all, but doesn't really do much for me because Hall effect joysticks. This here has Hall effect, Hall effect joysticks and triggers. A little more expensive, but you get more with it. Except the Wi-Fi doesn't work though on that one. This one is wired, by the way. So this cost $50 at Best Buy. You probably get it on sale if it goes on sale at all. Turtle Beach, yeah, we all know. There's a better one for $180, $150 you can get wireless, but has fatigue free non-six dual rumble features and audio control. That's on time for Xbox, obviously, and probably even PC. Yes, it's Windows 11 and 10. I can use it on my PC if I wanted to. Plug it in my PC and use it if I want to. And I might do that. I might use it on some games on PC, see how it really actually works compared to the other one I got. But the side here, the back, it's a pretty basic review, guys. It's $50, and it also has the triggers. On, I'm just dropping shit today. I ain't dropping no food, obviously, you could tell. Has the sliders here for the lockouts, same as these. These are a lot more versatile, a lot more, They feel well. This feels a lot more heavier duty. This feels more like you know Turtle Beach, so it should last a while. I got a warranty on it because of the stick drift that will happen with these things that don't have Hall effects, Hall effect triggers, but not Hall effect, you know, Hall effect thumbsticks. But what I think about this one, I've been using it for a few hours. I bought it myself. Uh, I'm not, I'm not paid for by Microsoft. I wish I would be. Microsoft, if you want to sponsor me, by all means, wink, wink, wink. But I know it ain't gonna happen because I'm not an Xbox channel, and I wouldn't be very happy with Xbox right now anyway if I was an Xbox channel. Because anyway, but other than that though, other than that, it's a good headset. I recommend them if you want to buy a headset. Or I recommend this one. It's recommended. Scoring it, it's better than the cheaper ones I had. The ones I bought, the $26 one at GameStop, one you buy at Walmart for 30 bucks. The cheap plastic ones. This feels heavier, but not heavy like this. This is more heavy duty, obviously, heavy duty. Um, but it's still a good controller. Um, like I said, turn it on. You push the button like this. And hold it down, I guess. There it goes. Indiglo. Ooh, Indiglo. Pretty cool. And I don't use it much to play on it. I use it for my YouTube stuff like that. I'm using it for. I'm not really using it for anything other than that. But it looks like when it turned on. It's pretty cool. You know, it looks really good. It has a nice Indiglo feature to it. You can't change the Indiglo like you change it with the other ones. But no, but for what you're getting out of it, it's not terrible. Terrible device at all. Not no, not a terrible device at all. Pretty simple to use, easy to use. You just plug it in, turn it on. I just plugged it in. I took out the old cord and put the new cord in there because I want to use the same cord twice. So I plug it and plug new one there. Push the button. Xbox came right on. It registered it, knew what it was. So we were in business. I recommend it. A score from 0 to 5, 5 being perfection, this 0 being trash. It's a 3.5. I give it more 3.5 and 4. Um, I wish they had Hall effect thumbsticks, but 50 bucks you can't really. They have to make a Hall effect somewhere. Hall effect thumbsticks means price goes up like what what a $25 each thumbstick, so like 100 bucks more. So it's kind of silly, right? So that right there would probably give it probably a 3.5. I know I'll give it a 4 out of 4.5 if it had Hall effect uh, joysticks. Had those two there. Those two had Hall effects, and not just triggers. I'll give it a 4. But as of right now, 3.5 out of 5 is not bad. It's recommendable. Anything above 3 to me, I recommend. If it's below 3, like 2.5, I say it's your call. But I recommend this. I've been using it for a few hours. Not terrible. I haven't used it in heavy games. I'll probably play Titanfall 2 on my Xbox, see how it works. I got Titanfall 2 on my Xbox One X series, no One X. And I'll try it then. Then I may do a revise of this later on. But right now, it's no. I put it in as, and it's gonna sound very derogatory or it sound very mean, but I put this in as a throwaway controller. And what I mean is, I don't mean the Turtle Beach is garbage. Or if you guys think, oh my god, I buy Turtle Beach all the time, or how you dare you say no? I'm saying this controller, like the rest of them, I reviewed outside of the Xbox one, the white one that's just it's not a throwaway controller. It's like $60. Anything below 50 bucks and below is usually considered below 50 bucks considered a throwaway controller. This is $50, so it's not throwaway, but I wouldn't be surprised if it broke within, say, a year and a half, 2 years. The other one broke within 6 months to a year. This may last you maybe a year and a half before the you get stick drift or you get issues with it. But it doesn't mean it's a bad controller. It's not. It just falls in that family of once it breaks down, throw it away. So that's my review of the Turtle Beach afterglow, afterglow wired, afterglow wave for Xbox One wired or Xbox controller. Now, on to the meat and potatoes. NVIDIA only going to sell 8 gigabytes GPUs. Big shocker there. This came from Daniel. I watched this video earlier. I did some research on it. And yes, Microsoft is, not Microsoft, but NVIDIA is getting out or stopping production or have stopped production of the 5070 Ti 16 gig and the 5060 16 gigabyte Ti 16 gigabyte variant cards. How I know this? Because I have a 5060 Ti 16 gig. I've been researching it, and I also read part of the newsletter that came out weeks ago talking about the exact same thing that Dan talked about earlier. So I told you guys about this. And I also told you that all the fiscal years end at the end of the month. We're still in 2025 in the business world. Even though the watch says 2026, we are in 2025 still by business points. Okay? So that being said, what can you guys do? Now you can go online and buy a graphics card, spend, whatever amount of money you want to, or you can wait and hope the best. Right now, guys, I've been saying this for a long time, and I'm gonna keep saying this so people listen to me. The graphic card prices are going to go up. We have seen this is like when Ric Flair said it in a live interview. You have seen nothing yet. We have seen nothing yet. The prices are going to get down. Okay, you thought 2020 was bad. 2020 will be a blessing in disguise. Will be a blessing prices. I went to Best Buy today when I bought that controller and saw a RAM stick, one left, for $1,138. All GPUs are gone except 7,600 8 gigabyte was sitting there. You could literally buy a 5080, a 5070 Ti, or a 5060 Ti, or at least one of the two, or maybe just one of them, if you buy the higher end ones, and have the money left over probably to get maybe a small storage or I don't know something else, something else you want to get for $1,180. That's a pair of RAM sticks, guys. I think it was 32. I think it was 32 gigs or 64. Cause I think it was 64. I think it was. Cause I saw another RAM stick for $64 for 64 gigabytes of DDR5. That was almost $600, $700. So, folks, we are getting to the point now, guys, where RAM sticks are becoming more expensive than most people's rent, or car payments, or graphics cards, or appliances you buy at the local at the local Home Depot, Walmart, or Best Buy. Monitors, guys. Monitors don't cost $1,000 anymore, except one that was like a 45-inch curved monitor. It looked like a damn freaking like monitor sticking together. It's one piece monitor too. It's humongous, like $1,000. It was sold out by the way too. Like I'm like son of a gun. But anyway, though, the point being, guys, is this: people are buying monitors. They're buying pre-builts that cost less or a little over $1,000. But RAM sticks, DDR5, guys, this is going to destroy PC gaming. And I don't care what anybody says about 8 gigabytes, blah, 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 1080p. Listen, play Stalker 2 with a 3070 on 1080p other than medium or low settings and see how well you get with it. I tried it on my 3070 on medium high settings. I had DLS on, and that damn thing got maybe 45, 50 frames if I was lucky. And every time a blade of grass moved, my damn VRAM shot up, and my frame went down to the 2030s. I turned everything down. I turned everything off except turn on low, and the game looked like total ass. Sucker 2 is a beautiful game. I haven't tried it since I got the 16 gigabyte 5060 Ti 16 gig, but I'll try it eventually. But guys, 1080p esports titles will work, but even esports titles are becoming more demanding now. Some games nowadays, like Cyberpunk, even if you play 1080p, you still require almost 7.5 gigabytes of video memory. I'm playing Battlefield 6 on overkill settings. I have 14 gigabytes being used. I have 16. I'm getting a warning light. I'm like, warning, I got 16 gigabytes. It's just there to help tell you when you're close to it, the threshold. But I'm playing the thing full throttle, and I never played game full throttle except Grand Theft Auto 5, Tomb Raider, and a few other games that came out years earlier on my 3070 where I could play it that high because the game didn't demand that much. But game now like Battlefield and Hogwarts Legacy and Stalker 2 and Indiana Jones and the rest of these games coming out, guys, they're going to require more and more and more VRAM. And you're going to have to make decisions. Yes, you can go to the ARC series and get an ARC card 12 gigabytes, but it's not fast enough to use the VRAM. 1080p for a lot of gamers they're going to be stuck with for years. And it sounds good until you realize you keep lowering settings down until you're pretty much turning the game off and just staring at a blank screen. Guys, you can play esports title at 1080p all you want. But a lot of you guys don't want to play Fortnite for the rest of your life because you can't afford to buy a graphics card because they're expensive or you waited too long. I'm telling you guys, it's getting to the point now where it's getting difficult to keep saying this to people. I want to scream and throw stuff. People are not paying attention. All YouTubers like, well, you don't understand. 8 gigabytes is so good. We all fucking know 8 gigabytes is good. But damn it, the time has come and gone. I had a person today argue with me on a Facebook page about 8 gigabytes still good. I want to go to the screen and start slapping them in the face. Like, wake up, Junior. Like, wake up. 8 gigabytes doesn't do a damn bit of good after you go 1440p or more. Yes, you can play some games, but you have to lower settings down. If you're lowering settings, I want you guys to do me a favor. Turn off your gaming rig and go play an Xbox or something. Because you want a mediocrity, go get an Xbox One X from GameStop somewhere, go home, turn it on, play it the rest of your life. If you want to live on the island of mediocrity and just be the usual token gamer that accepts a mediocrity, turn off your PC gaming, take your PC badge, throw it down, PC gaming card, throw it in the garbage can, PC Master Race hair, take it off, throw it in the garbage can, and go buy a console, an older gen console, and play older gen games. Guys, PC gaming, guys, is not a poor man's hobby. I've been saying this for a long time. NVIDIA knows what they're doing. They're going to sit there and keep pushing mediocrity. And a lot of you guys out there are going to run out there and go buy 8 gigabytes. Oh, it's going to be good for me. Until you want to play Stalker 2 in games that you might actually want to play. And it says VRAM capacity not enough. And you can't play the game. And you're going womp womp. Looking like an idiot. You spent $200-300 or $400 on an 8 gigabyte graphic card. Now you get no money to upgrade, and you're stuck with it. Guys, you have to pay attention. There's people out there and on Facebook, YouTube, and other places who don't understand this. Don't understand what they're getting into. Don't understand the mediocrity that they're rushing into. There's parents out there buying their kids 8 gigabyte 56 Ti's for Christmas because, oh, well, TI must be good. He wants TI, but 16 gig is like $100 more, and I don't want to do all that. And they buy them, and they get it home, and the kid gets pissed off because the parents just once again went down the road of mediocrity. And I understand people can't afford, no, $1,000, $2,000 graphics card. I had a friend of mine, well, when I left work Sunday, they complain about, oh my God, RAM stick's too expensive. I'm like, dude, you spent $3,000 on a 5090. You- You're not allowed to complain about RAM sticks. If you bought a 5090 and you're complaining about RAM sticks, here's what I want you to do: turn off your gaming rig, sell your gaming rig, buy a phone, and play mobile games. Because if you bought a 5090, you're complaining about RAM, and you're out there making it rain $59, $59. You're making it rain. You're the problem. Told my friend, like, you're the problem. Bought that thing, but he bought it a year ago before all this crap came out. So I can't really blame him for the mediocrity because he bought it a year before all this nonsense, or about a month before all this nonsense happened. But if you complain about RAM sticks and you bought a 5080, 5090, turn off your gaming rig, sell it, get a mobile phone, and start playing mobile game apps because you're wasting your time, guys. NVIDIA wants to do this so bad they can taste it, and they don't care. They don't. They care less. Okay? Because they discontinued, they temporarily halted production of 5070 Ti 16 gig and 5060 Ti 16 gig. If you could buy a two-fan card of either one of those, probably 5060 Ti 16 gig would be a better deal, cheaper deal. Then you're okay. You have 16 gigabytes of VRAM, should be okay. Now the power may not be great. You may not like the fact, blah blah blah, whatever. Like me, I went from $256 to $128. But my bandwidth is a 448, the same as I do believe as the 3070. In my graphics card now beats out 3070 and 3070 Ti, and just normal gaming. Not with DLSS on, not with future ray tracing nonsense or frame generation, just standard out the box. Turn everything off and play at high settings. That's why I bought this card for. See, guys, I did research for about 4 to 6 months. I knew I wasn't going to buy an 8 gigabyte 56 Ti. I heard rumors 16 gig variant coming out. I'm going to buy that, and I bought it. I did research. I watched videos. Watched Digital Foundry. I watched companies and people at J2Cent talk about it. Says 60 gigabyte is better than 8 gigabytes. Here's against 3070, and 3070 lost handsomely against 60 Ti 16 gig. You know what? That's what I'm going to buy. I researched price. I went around, researched everything. I checked stores, went online. I did my footwork. So when I got the bonus from work with the overtime pay, I went click, click, boom, bought it. I also bought gifts for family too, as well. So good Christmas all around for everyone. So that is not the issue. The issue to me is people are becoming complacent and they're setting for mediocrity because they don't want to you know um, not defend or offend Nvidia or any other company out there. Offend away, folks. And Nvidia and AMD doing the same thing. If Intel Arc came out, oh, we're going to release some 8 gigabyte cards, I'll be jumping on their ass too. If Intel wants to release 16 gigabyte card, then they may will this year, next year coming up, and hopefully it'll be enough powerful to use all that 16 gigabytes. Some people saying that AI is dying. It's not dying, folks. AI ain't going anywhere. AI it can hook in the medical field. It's getting hooked in military intelligence. It's getting hooked in security systems, in police forces, in home security systems, and in algorithms. Guys, it's not going to go anywhere. We have to start strapping in, hooking up, and getting ready to ride this rapid because it's going to happen, folks. It's going to happen, and if we like it or not, it's going to happen. That's just the way it is, folks. Now, I hate to be the bummer, the bearing the bad news here. That's going to happen. It's going to happen. And you better get ready for it. Because the fiscal year ends, and I quote, uh, Saturday the 30th. Let's say it ends on Friday. The Friday is usually the last day because of the week. So you have at least 2 weeks away after this Friday before prices start going up. Guys, they're going to go up. 8 gigabyte cards may go up even more, or they may stay the same just to fool people into buying them. But guys, when they discontinued the 16 gigabyte 5060 temporarily, and now confirmed, and NVIDIA maybe discontinuing, maybe rumor discontinuing 5070 Ti 16 gigabyte, it doesn't matter if rumor or not, because a rumor is overlaid with some truth. A rumor has some substance of truth if it's being talked about. Not all the time, I mind you, but a lot of rumors out there become factual proof eventually. So to say that what's being told by Daniel or J2 Cent or myself or anybody else out there is being non-truth or fiction is like saying that the koala bear didn't exist for thousands of years. Then it was discovered. City of Troy was only a fictional tale until it was discovered. Guys, there's things out there we don't understand on this planet. And I'm not even going to try to get into a history lesson or lesson about the Cobb or the occult or the religious point of view. But every truth always starts with some fiction on the side of it. Okay? Some always truth starts with some fiction on one side or the other. There's always going to be that fiction before the truth, the cause before the effect. And sometimes the effect outrates the cause. Like going out there and giving data centers total access to all the RAM, without making sure the RAM manufacturers, like Caracal, was beefing up production. We had people who were having issues paying bills, and RAM was not being sold. So the RAM manufacturers lowered down their cost, lowered down their production. If the economy was booming earlier, the RAM could have been more plentiful. Then maybe we wouldn't feel this right away. Maybe it may take another year or two to start seeing the reduction of the RAM and prices going up. But we didn't have a year or two. We didn't have 6 months. And you can blame Biden, you can blame Trump, you can blame Democrat, Republican, you can blame yourself, you can blame the person down the street. But the point of view is this. The point of view is this. Is the fact that the RAM crisis started pretty much by accident. And if anybody says otherwise, they have an inside scoop and they didn't share it with the rest of the world, or they're full of shit. I don't think the RAM manufacturers want to spend every nickel and dime and say, yeah, they get millions of dollars from these companies, but they're pissing off their biggest clients called us. We say, screw you, we're not going to buy your damn RAM. We're going to go off and, I don't know, play mobile phones or not play games anymore, whatever. We all know that ain't going to happen. Like you guys go out there and spend three to $4,000 on a 30, no, on 5090. You're going to spend 1,100 bucks on RAM. We all know it. So how it is. There's always people who are going to fight against everything. I'm going to do it anyway. It's your money. Do what you want with it. But don't come running crying to me or anybody else because you can't afford rent. Don't go begging on Facebook for change, guys. It's only going to get worse, and we can control it with the wallet right there. We say, you know what, we're not buying this. You buy DDR4, hey, go ahead. But my watch says DDR4 are trying up too. Now I talked about a couple days ago, AMD maybe producing some AM4 again, or doing AM4 sockets or whatever again. And some companies who do RAM may start reproducing AM4 to help counterbalance that situation with AM5. But my philosophy is this though: if they're creating AM5 for these companies over here, why are they gonna reestablish DDR4 for us over here? It's two different parallels. Unless they have maybe 90% producing for this and 10% only producing for the DDR4. Like I said, it's still gonna take 6 months to get it out in the market anyway. Unless AMD or Intel, or whoever, has a factory of DDR4 in their pocket somewhere they can just pull out and put like little cartoons where the thing comes open and a house is built like this, and then it's like just like that, and they build a factory like that. That takes years to build, and man, in a couple of years to get the a DDR4 going. At that point in time, it could be done with the DDR5 issue with the AI, or stable enough where they don't need it anymore. So I don't know how it's going to work out, guys. I'm not an analyst, but I can see trends happening. And AI, guys, is not going to go anywhere. I can see trends coming. And I said this about a year ago about AI, artificial intelligence, and we becoming, becoming Terminator 2. We all kind of laughed at it. Guys, they're putting this stuff in military stuff. They're putting stuff in, security systems, putting stuff in home security systems, in schools, businesses. Don't be surprised if you see a tank driving around by itself. You probably won't, but don't be surprised if you see on News Channel 5 or Fox News or CNN or some scientific channel. Oh, look, it's our first tank driving by itself. I'm like, turn that son of a bitch off. Because when it happened when the foot hits the skull and the two T-800s with the machine with the plasma rifles and the H-100 killers running over the skulls, we all seen that movie before. So, no. It's like cloning dinosaurs. Can't happen, but let's not try because, T-Rex can eat the guy in the toilet and Velociraptor and Clever Girl, kind of stuff. Let's not test fate like that. Let's leave that stuff alone for the movies. Because I don't wake up and meet some future war, the plasma rifle shooting at a hunter killer. Because we had to have we had to have AI going. Like I said, I want AI to do things like medical and find children and diagnose Alzheimer's, diagnose cancer maybe years before it happens. That's the thing that I want AI to be used for. And getting these criminals off the street and getting these children back to their families. That's what I want to have AI for. But that's one fat guy's opinion. And I believe that with the 8 gigabytes of VRAM coming, we're being settled into mediocrity. Now, NVIDIA is going to send the VRAM over to these companies to use to build more RAM to get the AIs going even more. I have no problem with AI, guys. I'm not against artificial intelligence. I think it's good to use as a tool to build things or to fix problems or to solve issues medically or maybe even whatever. But no, we shouldn't put it in tanks and knowing our NORAD or whatever. Like, no, we shouldn't do that stuff. We should use it as a tool because it's what it is, a tool. But also, we shouldn't say "f you" to the gamers out there in the process of doing that, because all you're doing is alienating a bunch of gamers now to stick with their consoles that are outdated, stick with their systems that are still decent. I upgraded my RAM, I've upgraded my processor, and I upgraded my graphics card. I know I'm gonna upgrade my power supply here probably next year. And I'm gonna give it one more year, then I'm upgrading my power supply. Then after that, I'll be upgraded for high as I can be upgraded for. But I'm not gonna sit there and spend tons of money to upgrade my system to DDR5, knowing very well it's gonna cost me more money than I want to spend. You can get DDR5, guys, 16 gigabytes, decent price. DDR5, if you're willing to compromise. If you have to have DDR5, I gotta have it, Mark. And start with 16 gigabytes. Start small. If you can get 32 stick and you don't mind paying a little extra money, you know what? God bless you. But that's on you there. Well, I wouldn't go no higher than probably 32 anyway. And if you can get away with 16 and do that, great. You have to play games that you have to do, something about that. That's something, or you can go DDR5 and buy, like I said, buy a motherboard like an Intel motherboard that do dual DDR5 and DDR4. A lot of YouTubers are saying that's a good idea to do. Then once you swap over to DDR5, you just have to go in the BIOS, probably change on the BIOS where make sure it takes, and you're good to go. With AMD, they haven't figured that out yet, and I can think Tank doesn't really think that far ahead. Sad though, but I get why they don't. So, like I said, guys, it's just one fat guy's opinion on the situation. I'm getting tired of talking about AI, but everybody's talking about AI. 8 gigabyte guys VRAM is okay for esports title, but after that, you need at least 12 to 16, at least 16 preferred. So, what do you guys think down below? Comment down below what you guys think about the whole situation with the VRAM issues and AI and 8 gigabyte cards. Comment down below when you guys have time. Share this video. If you're new to the channel, like, subscribe, and ring that bell. I'll see you guys when I see you. God bless you guys. Be safe. Peace out.